Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review. Today we are reviewing Shazam 2, or in other words, Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Yes, Shazam 2, Shazam! Fury of the Gods is a bit of a weird movie. It does fall within the DCEU universe, but then we know what's happening with DC. We've got James Gunn, obviously the CEO, and he is rewriting and basically starting again with DC, and then they have this DC Elseworlds and all this stuff ongoing. So there's a lot of stuff happening with DC, and in its own sense, it's just going to continue. But it's a really weird one to kind of get excited about the future of this like Shazam movie and like what's going to happen in the future, because obviously we know there's going to be all new and there's going to be recastings and all of that. However, David F. Sandberg comes back from the first Shazam movie. He does come back and directs the second movie. Zachary Levi is obviously playing Shazam himself. And we do get some new supporting cast. Most notably Helen Mirren. She comes in as Hespera. We get Lucy Liu. We get Rachel Zegler in this film. I think she's brilliant in this as well. Grace Caroline Curry. We get Jack Dylan Glazer, Adam Brody, Lucy Liu, Megan Good. There's a few on here that make up this film. However, as I say, this is a film that's very, very hard to get excited about because we know the future of DC is going to be, well, ripped apart. And do we know if Zachary Levi is going to come back as Shazam? We do know that Flash is kind of going to reset the timeline in some way, but we just don't know what that means for films like, you know, Shazam 2, as well as like Aquaman, and then we got Blue Beetle as well. So there's all these new films coming out this year that we don't know if they're going to fit in the future going down the road. But Shazam, it does follow on from the first movie. The first movie I didn't really like the first movie, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't my favourite DC film at all. But I actually did prefer this second one in comparison to the first one. I thought this was really good, really funny. I thought there was some really good action sequences in this movie. And I also really, really enjoyed the CGI in this film. I actually went to my friend and I was saying to him, like, this is crazy, like how, like, this is like some of the best CGI I think I've ever seen. I cannot wait till like Corridor Crew or something like get to review this thing, because I'm not sure, I don't know, but from where I was sat and the screen and everything, it looked like some of the best CGI I have ever seen. So yeah, I'm all for it. Like, if DC is going down that route, they've got some new special effects people in, I'm all for that. But I really enjoyed the look of the film. We basically had like Helen Mirren, Rachel Zegler, Lucy Liu were like three sisters coming back from like the underworld or something like that, and they were like, we was put there by humans, so we want to like hurt humans back because they've hurt us, so we're going to hurt them, type of thing. And they needed a god, aka Shazam, to come and save the day. We get the whole crew together. They obviously are kids, and then they say Shazam, and then they turn into the superheroes that we know. And you know, it's not a most known superhero film. It's definitely not going to be like one of the top box office films, you know, in terms of superheroes and stuff like that. And you definitely don't see the Shazam outfit in things like fancy dress. But it was really, really good. Pleasantly surprised with it, I'm not going to lie. And I thought it was okay. Comparing it to this year's comic book movies, and so far we have only seen Ant-Man, and it's not as good as Ant-Man for me. I did prefer Ant-Man Quantumania, but I did like this film, and it wasn't like as worst as like the first film was for me, but it definitely wasn't like, you know, as good as things like Wonder Woman and like Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's not going to be that great. But rating the movie then, what did I rate it? Well, I actually gave it a 3-star. I think a 3-star is quite fair for this film. I think it's got enough in it that warrants that. The CGI I thought was great. You know, some of the lines were a bit thin. I thought like it could have been, you know, maybe it could be seen as a bit too long for some people, and there was a small part in the movie that kind of really did ruin it for me a little bit. We also did get a cameo as well. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, although it is on trailers and stuff like that. But Gal Gadot comes back as Wonder Woman. I literally lost my mind when I heard the theme song. I mean, I saw that she came back on TikTok and stuff like that. And then we had 2 post-credit scenes where one was like this little lizard thing, and like I don't really know what that was about. I need to read up on that. And then the other one was like relating to Peacemaker and the whole Suicide Squad and all that. And there was a little Easter egg talking about like the Avenger Society. So yeah, you know, there were some good things in there. You know, this is a good film. It was fun, but who knows what's going to happen? Does this film mean anything in the new DCEU? Probably not. So it's really hard to get excited, but you kind of just think DC have got these films they need to release because they cost a fortune, so they need to try and break even at least, if not make a little profit, and then, you know, the new stuff can start with James Gunn in the future. But there it is, guys. There is my review of Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen it? I think you should. Let me know what you thought. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.